Hey y'all, and happy Saturday. I hope everybody's day has been blessed and full of grace. I got on today to talk about an incident that happened to me today. So, after I took my daughter to ballet, I went to get my nails done at a nail shop that is in an area where I grew up at. Pretty much my elementary and high school years were spent in this neighborhood. And I went and got a fill in. As y'all see, I got my nails fixed. And when I went in and got my nails done, the guy that did my nails, well, first let me rewind back. As soon as I walked in, it was a young woman there. Well, a woman that's the same around the same age range as me. She was someone that I actually knew from the past. She spoke. She kind of when she see me, she was kind of taken aback. But I spoke and I sat down and the guy started to do my nails. And so, upon him almost getting done, I noticed that my thumbnail, he had not really filed the gel down. It was kind of humpy. And so at this point, my nails had already been like painted. They were, I used the no chip. So I had went under the light and they were like almost done. And so I brought it to his attention, but I didn't really do too much about it because it is what it is, right? So at that point, he gave me my receipt, let me know how much my total would be for my nails. I let him know that I wanted to get my eyebrows cleaned up because, of course, I'm getting ready for church tomorrow. I got to be at church, so let me just do both. Let me just get my nails and my eyebrows fixed before I, start my work week and everything. And I went. He guided me to the area to get my eyebrows done. I sat on one side. The woman called me to come on the other side. And I went on the other side and she told me to sit in her seat. And so she did what she needed to do with my eyebrows. And I got up and I got ready to leave out to pay. And when I got ready to leave out to pay, she rung me up and she told me my total. And she told me that my total was $10. And I pulled out the receipt at that point that I had from my previous station, the nail station. And she was like, "Oh my God." Oh, and she kind of laughed it off. And I was like, that's not nice. Saying, like, if I don't pay, that's not the right thing to do. And so I paid my total and I left. And when I got in the car, I thought about if this was me like 8 years ago, okay? I was already feeling the way about my nail. I would have been like, okay, I'm finna pay y'all $10, right? But in that moment, even when nobody was looking, the guy that had did my nails, he wasn't anywhere around y'all, right? So the old version probably would have been like, well, they deserve to only get paid $10. But I didn't do it. I felt like, irregardless, I sat in his chair. It was a service. I'm going to pay for the service, whether I like it or not. It didn't make a difference, right? So I got in my car and I kept saying, like, oh Lord, you just tested me. It was a test. It was a test. Growing up, I remember being with my grandmother going in the store, and as a child, I had to be like maybe 6. And this is why it's so important what we show our children. We would be in the store, Walgreens, and Walgreens, I'm not going to tell my age, but Walgreens, they used to have where it was an open section where candy would be. And so she would pick the candy up and eat it. I even saw her like put reading glasses in her pocket before. And so for me in that moment, a part of me becoming the new me was like, I wish I would not pay. I'm paying this entire amount. I don't care if the nail don't look right. I sat in his chair. It was a service. I'm going to pay for it. And I felt that in every part of my body from the top of my head to the bottom of my feet, right? So I got in the car and I kept saying, Lord, you was testing me. You was testing me. You was testing me. And so I got home and I talked to a friend. And of course, she was like, well, I don't know, because I probably wouldn't have did that. And to me, it was like God looks at your integrity when ain't nobody looking, right? Because I could have got away with doing that, but how was God gonna look at me? That's all I was thinking about. And so I explained that to my good sister, and she was like, "You right, you right, you right when you break it down like that." And so I got home, I prayed, and I heard I heard the Holy Spirit drop in my spirit about if God can trust you with a little, you know, then that's when He is okay with blessing you with a lot. And so I got home, y'all, and wait, let me put my microphone on me. I got home and I was like, what is going on? And I was led to St. Luke and chapter 16. And in St. Luke chapter 16, he that is faithful in that which is least, it was $10, y'all, is faithful also in much. And he that is unjust in least is unjust also in much. If therefore ye have not been faithful in the unrighteous mammon, who will commit to your trust the true riches? Right? And I got my glasses on. So that was verse 10 and verse 11. God was just testing me. And a lot of times, y'all, we be tested with little small things. Like He literally tests us to test our integrity. And I think we don't realize it in that moment. I immediately knew, like, okay, this God testing me. Ain't no way I'm finna walk up out of here without paying my entire total. So remember, even when y'all think ain't nobody watching, God is always watching us. And as His children, He wants us. It don't matter about what you did in the past. It don't matter what you may have grew up around. He is looking at us today and watching what we do in this hour. And I'm going to tell y'all, I work too hard to be delivered from a lot of things for me to allow something so small to set me back. I don't know who this message is for, but remember, you praying for God to bless you with more. You got to show God He can trust you with a little. Going back to St. Luke, verse 10 and verse 11. Get in there, read that verse, and see what that means to you, because it's the small things that God looks at. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Saturday and be blessed and highly favored in the Lord.